Hello and welcome back to Here We Tow. Today I'm going to be taking a closer look at this. It's the MiRiDER Folding e-bike. Now, full disclosure on this, I've been sent this by MiRiDER. I've got it for 4 weeks. I'm not being paid to review it. I don't get to keep it and there's no affiliate link. So it's a completely honest review about this e-bike. And as I say, I've already had it for 3 weeks and this is my last week with it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you around it, explain a bit about it and give you my feedback on how I've found it personally, having used it for this short time. So what do we need to know about it? Now, I have done a review before about buying an e-bike and I've covered the legalities in that vlog. So in this one, this is more just about this bike. And I'm not an e-bike expert, however, I do know how to ride a bike. I have had another bike that I can compare this to, and I'm just going to talk about how I found this for if you're wanting to use it with your motorhome or caravan or even just at home. So the MiRiDER. This is a small, compact, folding e-bike. It's got a 250 watt rear motor. The battery is in here and the controls for that are going to be up here. Now, what's interesting about the MiRiDER is it doesn't actually have any gears. It's got one gear, and what the company did is they decided out of a range of gears, the one that's going to give you the best sort of range and pedalling power on the bike. So it's just got the one gear. And again, I'll come to that when I talk about the ride on the MiRiDER. The bike itself, it's available in 3 colours. This is the grey, there's also white and there's orange. And there's 2 special editions that have just come out. One's camouflage and one's Union Jack. So the bike itself, what I do like about it is it only weighs 17.2 kilograms with the battery in it. If you take the battery out, you're going to take it down by a few kilos. I'm only small, I don't weigh a great deal, but I found this is a bike that I can personally lift and carry myself, which has been an added bonus because e-bikes are really heavy because the battery weighs so much. The frame on the MiRiDER, it's an alloy type composite material, again to save weight. It's got front and rear brake, the disc brakes, the brakes are operated here. And with the electrics, the control panel's up here. It's very simple to operate, and that's a good thing I found about the bike. One press and the screen comes on. It's going to tell you battery power. Now, I've already done quite a few miles on the bike, and what I found is the battery seems to last very well. They reckon you could get a 40-mile range out of this bike with a full charge. I don't know. I think a lot of that depends on how much you weigh, the terrain you were on, how warm it was on the day in terms of the battery, because the colder it is, the more it'll suck the power out, and other factors like that. But so far, I've not had to put any more charge into it. But the little control panel is going to show you how fast you're going in miles per hour. It's going to show you your distance and the amount of time you've been out on your bike. The actual electric power, by law, at 15.5 miles an hour, the electric assistance has to cut out to make it a UK legal e-bike, and that's what happens. This one's got 5 settings for power, and you literally press up to give you more power and down for less. 1 is the least amount of assistance, 5 is the most amount of assistance. This one's got a throttle, and the throttle will give you power up to 4 miles an hour, so again, that fits in with the legalities of it. The handlebars, now this is really good. This bike will go from being suitable for a rider of 5 feet in height up to 6'4", so that's pretty good. That's most people. And weight wise, there's no lower limit, but upper limit 120 kilograms. I think that's 18 stone and 12 pounds. Jules has been on this little bike. It's at the limit, but he's been on it. And the seat's really easy to operate, slide it up and down. You've got various mechanisms, as you can see here. So you can slide that up and down, so you can get the bike as high and low as you want. And you can see it under here. This moves as well, so that there is in its lower setting, and then if I pull another handle here, which I'll just do, then you can remove the seat altogether for when you put the bike away, or you can move it up and down to give you that extra height. And as I say, what I like is, even I've been able to work this bike, and I'm not normally very good at things like that. Handlebars. Handlebars, we've also got the ability to change the height. So again, if I just push this open, you can lift this up and down. It's got a maximum range there. So if you've got your seat up, you can bring your handlebar up as well. So again, gives you that good amount of range. Just close that down. Now what the MiRiDER also has is we've got a bell, which you have to have. We've got a front and rear mudguard. We've got a small stand down there. And when you come to put the bike away, the pedals do fold up. What I'll do is I'll just lift the back end up. So as I say, I mean, like I say, even I can lift this bike. And if I use the throttle, you can see there how it administers the power to it. So the idea behind that is if you're going up a steep hill, you give it a couple more beans on that and it's just going to get you up there. So what we're going to do next is we're going to head out on the MiRiDER, because you've heard about it. We're going to put it into practice. We're going to go out for a ride on it so you can see it in use. Come back and I'll tell you how I find the MiRiDER to ride, and I'll show you how to fold it up as well to put it away. So let's hit the road.
Faces filled with sadness when words are said, we'll regret. I can see the fire that we made just to save us when we try to make up for never letting go. Said the things we promised not to say, then we break up just to start all over, even though we know this is the hard way better. We can't be heartache together. This is the hard way better. We can't be heartache together. This is the hard way better. We can't be heartache together. This is the hard way
So how have I found the MiRiDER? Well, I'll go through what I've not liked first of all. So what I've found is when I've been going up hills, and reasonably steep hills, because I've only got one gear, I've had to put this on power level 4 out of 5, and I've also on occasion had to give myself a bit of throttle to get up the hill. And I'm not an overly heavy person, and I found the bike struggled on steep hills. So if I was somebody who was going to be riding in a hilly area, I'd have to think whether this bike was suitable for that or not. The other thing I found is the tyres. These are only 16 inches. They're quite thin and narrow, as you can see. When I've got to about 16 miles an hour downhill, it's felt a little bit wobbly. And that's where I've just thought I probably didn't want to go any faster. But this bike is not designed really for going off-road or for going on terrain that it's not really suitable for. So it's more of an urban bike or on a straight flat road is probably what I think it's best for. So those really were the only things I didn't like with the MiRiDER. The fact that I felt I didn't have enough gears on hilly terrain, and at speed it felt a little bit wobbly, but not everyone's going to want to power on like I am. What have I liked? I've liked the handlebars. This thicker rubber here is really comfy on your hand, especially once you've gone a couple of miles up the road. Very comfy. The saddle as well, good size, I found that comfy. And the bike does have rear suspension here, so it hasn't been overly bouncy on rough terrain or when I've gone over some speed humps. The little controller, this is really easy to use. I've literally pressed the button, There's no problem seeing all the information. There's not too much information either, because sometimes you can get confused with what it all means. Maybe that's just me, but yeah, I don't like too much information. I want to know what power level I'm on and how fast I'm going, and anything else, I'm not too overly concerned. And it's literally just up and down. So again, that's been really easy to use. The throttle as well, I found that useful, especially when if I've set off up a hill, I've just used the throttle just to get me setting off. So I've really liked that on it as well. I think that basically covers what I've liked and what I've not liked so much about it. So after you've been out on your bike ride, you can either just put this into your car or motorhome garage as it is, or you can fold it away. And this is the beauty of the MiRiDER when it is folded away. Now, I'm no expert at things like this, as many of you'll know as well. So, and I've only done it a few times, but basically to fold it away, okay, so we've dropped the handlebars. I'm just so scared I'm going to break it. The pedals, I'm going to press those in and pull them up on both sides. There we go. And now this middle bit, there we go. So you push that down, give it a good pull, and then the MiRiDER is just going to bend in half . Something like that. Now, what I'll do is I'll just put the legs stand up. Now, if you come round here, you'll see the bit here that I think is fairly clever. Here we've got a disc, and that's magnetic. So if I just pull those apart again, like that, and then as it comes near, you'll see they grab in together like that. So the handlebars are folded. There's a small wheel under here. So that basically is going to rest, the MiRiDER will rest on that wheel. And that is the MiRiDER basically folded up. The battery, if you just want to come round this side as well, you'll actually be able to see where the battery is, which is just here. So the battery's on that side, and you can take that out from there when you want to do your charging. So that's the MiRiDER basically folded up. Now there is an accessory bag for the MiRiDER, which I've got the bag, so you can put it in the bag if you want to keep it nice and tidy. This is also an accessory that I asked for to be sent out, which is great to put your phone in or your bank card when you're out riding. But as you can see, it's quite funky. It's fairly easy to lift as well. So what I'll do, now I don't lift a great deal because I haven't got a very good back, but if it came to it, I can lift it up. Although I won't rush to do it because I'll probably pop a disc out. But yeah, so if you are wanting to lift that into your motorhome garage or your car and you're not very physically fit or strong, this is manageable. And that's another bonus for me. I could actually use this bike without having somebody to help me, despite not being in great physical state with my back. So there we go, that's the MiRiDER. So in terms of the cost, you probably want to know what it costs. Well, this one is £1,395. The new special editions that I've seen, I believe they're a couple of £100 more. But if you go on the MiRiDER website, I'll put some links in the description below. I've no discount codes, I've no affiliate links. It was just sent to me to try it out and see what I thought. I've actually said I'd consider buying this. I would actually consider buying this e-bike for me personally. I don't know if it'll suit everybody. If you're wanting to go and do off-road biking or you're wanting to do 20-30 miles a day, I don't think this would be the bike for you. If you wanted a bike to get around the campsites or explore a local area, then this on normal roads is absolutely perfect. I reckon I'd be happy to do about 10 miles on this bike quite happily. Go out for an ice cream or some fish and chips at the seaside and pedal back. So that is my honest opinion on this bike. Is it worth buying? Yes, it is. £1,395. I'd probably want to try and maybe see if I can negotiate a discount on that from a bike shop somewhere. But compared to other folding bikes, it seems very good quality. It's very strong. It's easy to fold away. It's practical. And I've been really pleased with it. It's got to go back in a week, which I'm a little bit disappointed by, to be honest. I could quite easily keep this to use over summer. And I will be putting some thought into whether I actually get one of these for me, because it folds up so easily and you can put it away. So there we go, the MiRiDER. Links will be in the description below. That's how I've got on with it. If you're looking for a folding e-bike, only downside, it hasn't got gears, and I think that's the only thing really that lets this bike down. Otherwise, really good bit of kit, been really pleased with it. So there we go, I'm going to enjoy this nice weather. And as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.